How you doing?
You know, mate. Alright, so today we're obviously going to be doing your review as how you are as a player, obviously. This is obviously to, make you better as an individual where you play, give you a bit more confidence, and, it'll help you improve your, ways quicker. So, obviously, what we're going to do is what we're doing right now stays between me and you. Obviously, I'm not going to tell anyone. You, obviously, it's up to you if you tell your teammates or whatever. It stays between us. So literally, what I'm going to want you to do is, firstly, tell me, who do you inspire to be as a player?
I'd say Sadio Mane, Southampton player.
All right, well, that's fair enough. So give me or list me 10 qualities that you think, obviously, you and Mane both have whilst in and out of games.
Okay. Shooting.
Yep.
Passing.
Yep.
Dribbling.
Yep.
Pace.
Yep.
I'd say heading.
Yep.
Cardiovascular fitness.
Uh-huh.
Dealing with pressure.
Yep.
Strength.
Yep.
Power.
Yep.
And balance.
Okay. Awesome. All right. So now, obviously, what I'm going to ask you to do is if you could write down what you rate yourself out of 10 with no scores.
Okay.
So starting with pace.
Okay. I'll go 8.
Heading.
I'd say 7.
Shooting.
I'd say 9.
Yep. Passing.
8.
Your ability to dribble.
10.
Your fitness. So your cardio.
I'd say 8.
Then your power.
8.
Your strength.
5.
Now your muscular endurance.
8.
And dealing with pressure.
I'd say 8 again.
Alright. So now obviously I've rated you as well on these 10 qualities. So for your pace, I've given you a 10. I think that you are a lot faster than what you think you are. Your heading ability, I'd say, is one of your weaknesses. You're not 100% strong in the air. Sometimes you do mess up. Your shooting, I would agree with you. And a 9, you are quite a good shooter. Your passing, I've dropped you down 1 score. It's just sometimes you do make the wrong pass, but it happens with everyone. Your dribbling ability, I've also dropped you down 1 because there are sometimes you fumble with the ball a bit at your feet. Your fitness, I've agreed with you. Your power, I've also agreed with you on an 8.
Yeah. Your
strength, obviously you don't seem like the strongest kind of player on the pitch, but that can be worked on. Then your muscular endurance, I'd say you do have the ability to use your muscles for quite a long time. So I did drop you down to a 7, but still agree. And then you're dealing with pressure, I've dropped you down to a 6 because sometimes you do mess up. It seems like in the game sometimes when you've got a defender and you can't really deal with the pressure a bit. So obviously I've gone through, I've picked out 3 strengths and 2 weaknesses. Your strengths are pace, shooting and dribbling. Your first strength is pace. I'd say your strides when you're running with the ball, when you're running just to try and get to the ball. They're not long, they're not short. They're just at the right time, so it gives you that speed. Now, obviously, this is a clear strength because it means that as an attacker, you're able to get past players quickly. You're able to get to the ball. If someone puts the ball over the top, you're there straight on it. And obviously, it obviously helps out the team because then they can obviously play the balls over the top to you or drill it across the floor. You're straight on that, and then obviously you have the chance to score. Your shooting, I'd say your technique with this is it is nearly perfect, nearly. But you obviously with the ball you're following the ball through after you hit it. You're using your laces. You're lent over the ball, so obviously it's not gonna hoof. You're not gonna hoof it over the bar. Now obviously this helps with obviously us winning the games or making chances because if the keeper deflects and then it goes to another player, cheeky assist. And then the third one, which is dribbling, you keep the ball close to your feet. You always, it looks like you practically glued the ball to your foot. You know, you're kind of like Leo Messi. You know, obviously, but this helps with us as a team, because then you can obviously take it round players, pass it off, get into a better position. You know, give yourself the chance to score as a striker you are. So with the weaknesses that I've given you though, is obviously your heading and your strength. Your heading is obviously a weakness because you know you're sometimes getting up. You know you can get up at the right time, but obviously you're hitting it with the wrong part of your head, or you're not getting up at the right time. You miss the ball, it's gone completely over you, and then obviously you've lost the ball pretty much. But the way we're going to improve this is by what we're going to have you do is we're going to have a coach throwing the ball up to you. So obviously you can get used to jumping in the air at the right time, headering it, getting your timing correctly, and you know using the correct part of your head. And then we're going to get you aiming for targets, we'll set targets up in the goal, so you're going to header it towards the target, and obviously that'll improve. And obviously this is going to help because obviously then you'll learn when to jump, what part of like your head to use. And then, like, obviously, you can set yourself a direction where you want to head the ball. It's obviously going to help us out a lot more because then you can be up there in the corners, getting those headers in. I was saying, scoring. Strength, obviously, we're going to improve it. So we're going to get you going to the gym using resistance machines to improve your upper body strength. So this will obviously, when in games, you can then obviously, instead of a defender just pushing you straight off the ball, you can obviously nudge him back, maybe even just keep the ball and then run on to score. This is obviously going to help us because using machines obviously is a better way to boost your strength in your upper body, and then also if you feel like it, you can obviously work on more than just your upper body. You can obviously work on the power and the strength in your legs to obviously give yourself a more powerful shot. So obviously that's it. So we'll obviously do this in another month, and then we'll see how you've got on.